Christmas University Challenge. Asking the questions, Camel Virgin.
Hello and welcome to Christmas University Challenge, our short seasonal competition in which alumni compete on behalf of their alma maters. This match is the fourth of 7 first-round heats from which only the 4 highest-scoring winning teams progress. If tonight's winners can manage around 160 points, they have a good chance of going through. Leeds Trinity University is making its first appearance on any series of this programme, and it's represented by, firstly, a presenter and radio DJ who achieved record-breaking listening figures as host of the BBC Asian Network Breakfast Show. She's also presented CBBC's Saturday Mashup and currently has her own show on Virgin Radio. Their second player is a journalist and filmmaker known for his access-based documentaries, for which he's won a Grierson Award, a Royal Television Society Award and a BAFTA. His most recent film, The Soldiers That Saved Britain, shines a light on the role of the British Indian Army in World War II. Their captain began her on-screen career at CBBC, where she presented shows including The Dengineers and made Emmy-nominated documentaries for Newsround. More recently, she's been part of the BBC's Eurovision presenting lineup, and she currently co-hosts Life Hacks and the official chart First Look on Radio 1. Completing the team is a best-selling author whose work has been translated into 30 languages. Her books include the Sunday Times bestsellers My Best Friend's Girl and The Ice Cream Girls, and she's also the creator of The Happy Author, a podcast that aims to demystify the publishing industry. Let's meet our first ever team from Leeds Trinity.
I'm Harps Kaur and I got my undergrad in media studies in 2011 and I also got my postgrad in broadcast journalism in 2012.
I'm Mubin Azhar. I did a postgrad in broadcast journalism in 2004. Before that, I got a law degree and a master's in Islamic studies at the University of Leeds. Back then, it was the same university.
And their captain.
I'm Lauren Layfield and I have a postgraduate degree in broadcast journalism and I got that in 2012.
I'm Dorothy Coombson. I graduated with a BA Honours in Psychology and Public Media in 1993.
They're facing a team of Nottingham graduates, which includes, firstly, a conservation scientist who specialises in elephant behaviour and welfare. She also works in the wildlife film industry as a presenter and researcher and is the co-host of the BBC Earth podcast. She's joined by one of the most familiar voices in football. Since starting his career at Nottingham's Radio Trent in the 1970s, he's commentated on 9 World Cups, 9 European Championships and 30 European Cup and Champions League finals, among countless other matches for ITV, the BBC and most recently CBS Sports and Amazon Prime. They're captained by a leading chemical engineer working in the field of clean energy. She's lent her expertise to multiple TV and radio programmes and has recently published her first book, Power Up, which explores how energy is produced, moved and used around the world. Their final player is a professor of applied criminology at the University of Derby. Before entering academia, she worked in the criminal justice system for 30 years, which included 13 years as governor of HMP Wotton. Her work focuses on rehabilitation and preventing reoffending. And in 2017, she received an OBE for public and voluntary services to prisoners. Let's hear them introduce themselves.
I'm Rotendo Shackleton, and I did a bachelor's degree in veterinary medical sciences, graduating in 2013.
My name's Clive Tilsley. I occasionally studied industrial economics and politics, somehow graduating in 1975.
And their captain.
I'm Yasmin Ali. I studied chemical engineering, graduating in 2010.
I'm Lynn Saunders. I studied socio-legal studies and I got a PhD in 2020.
Welcome to University Challenge, guys. You look between terrified and excited. How are you feeling?
I feel like their team has got a lot more qualifications than us.
OK.
Yeah, worried a little bit over here.
Don't be. Fingers on buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. Best of luck. The engineer and businessman Ken Kutaragi is widely referred to as the father of which video game console? Believing that the electronics company he worked for should...
Leeds Trinity Azhar.
Is it Nintendo?
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Nottingham, you can hear more of the question, but you may not confer. The electronics company he worked for should be breaking into the gaming market. He persuaded his CEO to collaborate with Nintendo and produce an add-on for the SNES that would enable it to play CD-ROMs. The partnership with Nintendo broke down, but Kutaragi developed his design into a standalone console that was launched in December 1994 by Sony.
Nottingham Shackleton.
PlayStation.
It is indeed the PlayStation. Well done. Your bonuses, Nottingham, are on 5-letter words that can be made using the letters of the word frankincense. Give each word from the definition. First, the edible fruit of Blihia sapida. They have large, shiny black seeds surrounded by creamy white flesh and a woody, reddish shell, and are widely considered the national fruit of Jamaica.
Is it lychee? Is that no? That's
No,
not
there's
the
no
that word.
frankincense, is there?
Jamaica. Pass.
It's ackee. It's delicious. Looks like scrambled eggs. Secondly, a fermented milk drink originating in the Caucasus that is sour tasting and slightly effervescent. Distinctively, it is produced using small gelatinous balls of yeast and bacteria, usually called grains.
Kefir.
Kefir. Does that have all the letters that we need in it?
Nearly everything's in frankincense.
Kefir.
Kefir.
It is kefir, well worked out. Finally, the common name of a genus of yellow-flowered shrubs in the pea family. The pods of the Alexandrian species are widely sold as a natural laxative.
Nothing in
Senna. Senna.
Yeah. Nominate Saunders.
Senna.
Yes, that's correct. Now let's start the question. What member of the carrot family has a common name derived from the Latin for little hay? Its Florentine variety has a bulbous root used as a culinary vegetable, while its leaves resemble those of dill and its seeds are a regular ingredient of traditional five-spice mixes in India, Bangladesh and China, contributing a flavour similar to that of aniseed.
Leeds Trinity Azar.
Is that fennel?
It is fennel, well done. 3 questions for you then, Leeds Trinity, on the Men's T20 Cricket World Cup held in 2024. The tournament was hosted in multiple countries across the West Indies, with 3 additional venues in which country hosting Cricket World Cup matches for the first time?
America. For the first time.
Yeah.
Really? She's got.
Because I've never done it before.
Go on.
I might be wrong though.
Do it if you
Nominate Core.
America?
It was America, yeah. No need to whisper, by the way. It's nice to hear your deliberations, especially when you get it right. Less so when you don't. Along with the USA, which African team made its Cricket World Cup debut in either format of the game? Nicknamed the Cricketing Cranes, they won their first ever World Cup match in the group stages, beating Papua New Guinea in a low-scoring encounter.
They said it was an African country.
Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone.
If you've got a hunch, because do you?
I don't know.
Yeah,
go for it.
We're not sure. If you.
Nominate Crimson.
Sierra Leone.
No, it's Uganda. One of the biggest upsets in T20 World Cup history came when the US beat which major cricketing nation in the group stage? The game was tied after 20 overs, with the US claiming victory in the deciding super over.
Was
You're going to say Pakistan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Nominate Azar.
Is it Pakistan?
It is indeed, yes, well done. Now let's start the question now. We're going to take a picture round. For your picture starter, you're going to see a national flag. For 10 points, name the country it represents.
Nottingham Alley.
Albania?
It is Albania, well done. For your picture starter there, Nottingham, you saw the flag of Albania, which won its first ever Olympic medal at the 2024 Olympics, when Chermen Valiev took a wrestling bronze. Your picture bonuses will be the flags of 3 more countries that won their first Olympic medals at Paris 2024. Name the country in each case. First?
Is it Pakistan? Is that...
I don't think so.
No. Caribbean maybe.
Oh, is it Trinidad and Tobago?
No, I think they've won many in the past.
Where?
It's that woman who ran. It was the woman, wasn't it, who ran the...
No, that.
I'm not sure, but
Shall we go with
Just guess.
St Kitts and Nevis.
nominate Tilsley?
St Kitts and Nevis.
No, that was Dominica. Thea Lafond won gold in the triple jump. Secondly?
Is that South Seas or?
I don't recognise that flag. Who else was in the Olympics? We could just guess a random.
Well, everybody was in there.
Come on.
I don't know.
Pass.
Don't know.
Pass.
That was Cape Verde, and David Depina won a joint bronze in boxing. And finally?
This is the lady that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Where was it?
It was one of the Caribbean, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Caribbean small island.
Yeah.
Aruba, not Aruba. No.
Shall we try that? Yeah. Aruba?
No, bad luck. That was St. Lucia with Julian Alfred, who won gold in the women's 100 metres. Another starter question now. In 2024, which writer was appointed the new UK Children's Laureate? His books include The Astounding Broccoli Boy, the Carnegie Medal-winning Millions, which was made into a Danny Boyle film, and...
Please, Trinity Coomson.
Is it Frank Cottrell Boyce?
All right, we'll take that because it's Christmas. Your bonuses then, Leeds Trinity, are on literature. In each case, I need the sobriquet given to the following characters in the titles of novels or plays. First, a young boy called Shmuel, whose tragic friendship with 9-year-old Bruno during the Second World War is told in a 2006 novel by Irish author John Boyne.
Boy in the Striped Pyjamas.
Yes. Second, Anna Fearling. She earns her nickname when she runs through a bombardment in Riga during the 30 Years' War in order to sell her loaves of bread to support her 3 children in a play by Bertolt Brecht.
Oh.
I have no idea. Maybe the library thief. I don't know.
I really don't know. So I'm relying on you guys. Yeah.
Should we pass it? Yeah. We'll pass that one.
Mother Courage, as in Mother Courage and her children. Finally, Alden Pyle, a naive idealist whose murder in Vietnam is at the centre of a 1955 work by Graham Greene.
Okay.
Anyone?
Okay.
You've got this. You know this. I can see it on your face.
Yeah, it's there.
Is there? I can't think. Graham Greene.
Come on.
No.
Should pass it.
No. We'll pass.
The Quiet American. Scores level. Another start the question. Located in the Arctic Ocean north of Siberia, Wrangel Island is believed to have been the home of the last surviving population of what extinct mammal as recently as 2000 BCE? Though synonymous with largeness, it was in fact roughly the same size as one of its closest living relatives, the African elephant.
Nottingham Saunders.
Mammoth.
It was the mammoth. You've only had one of the leading elephant conservations in the world on your team. Exactly. Bonuses then, Nottingham. 3 questions on films whose final scenes involve dancing. Released in 2023, what film's final scene features a character played by Barry Keoghan dancing nude to the song Murder on the Dance Floor by Sophie Ellis-Bextor?
Yeah.
Saltburn. Yeah.
Saltburn.
Fantastic scene, isn't it? Which 1999 Claire Denis film ends with a character played by Denis Lavant performing a solo dance to Rhythm of the Night by Corona?
I could sing it.
I don't know if that helps. No? Pass?
Done.
That's Beau Travail. Finally, which Taika Waititi film ends with a title character dancing to David Bowie's German language version of Heroes?
He's done What We Do, Hunt for the Wrong People, What We Do in the Shadows. Shall I try?
Yeah, try that.
Thor Ragnarok?
No, it's Jojo Rabbit. Let's start the question. Which fairy tale, one of those principally popularised by Charles Perrault, has formed the basis of operas by Pauline Viardot, Jules Massenet and Gioacchino Rossini, as well as a ballet by Sergei Prokofiev? The score for the latter has a part in Act 2 for Pendulums in a number titled Midnight.
Nottingham Tildesley.
Peter and the Wolf.
No? Anyone from Leeds Trinity want to have a go? Buzz, if you want to...
Leeds Trinity Azar.
Is this Cinderella?
It is Cinderella.
Midnight, isn't it? Midnight.
One of the key things about buzzers is you don't need to put your hand up.
We're still learning.
3 bonuses for you on similar words. First, what word for a band or company, often with hostile intent, comes from a shortening of a Latin phrase meaning force of the county? It originally referred to a body of citizens summoned by a sheriff to assist in maintaining public order.
An army? Posse or
I think
militia?
posse.
Posse or militia? I don't know, militia.
Let's go. I'd go for posse.
I'd go
Yeah,
for that.
nominate Coomson.
Posse?
Yes, shortening of posse comitatus. What British dessert can be made by simmering cream with sugar as well as the juice and zest of a lemon? Originally, the name was used to describe a hot drink of milk that had been curdled with ale or wine.
Posse.
Ooh. Nominate Crimson.
Posset.
It is. What large group of the marsupial order Diprotodontia includes species known as eastern pygmy, common ringtail, and mountain brushtail?
I was going to say pig, but no. I think you've got it right.
Pig?
Yeah, but no, I think you've got it right. Go on.
No, I think what Lauren said. Yeah. Go on.
I think it's a lemur.
No, it's similar words. It's possum. Oh! Right, music round now. For your music starter, you're going to hear a piece of popular music. For 10 points, I need you to name the group performing.
Nottingham Tilsley.
The Ronettes.
Well done, it is indeed. For your music starter, you heard the Ronettes version of Frosty the Snowman, taken from the album A Christmas Gift for You, featuring a number of artists signed to the Phillies record label. For your bonuses, 3 more tracks taken from that album, 5 points for each performer you can name. First, this group.
Any ideas? So the Ronettes. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yeah.
Is the Shirelles or no?
Yeah, so we're trying that.
Shirelles?
No, it's the Crystals. Secondly, either this group or the name of its lead singer.
What's up? Clive, any? No?
And it's Martha and the Vandellas, I don't know. No.
Try that. Martha and the Vandellas?
No, that was by Bobby Sox and the Blue Jeans. Lastly, this performer.
It might be Brenda Lee.
Yeah? I don't know. Yeah, let's get Brenda Lee.
No, that's Darlene Love with Christmas Baby Please Come Home. Another starter question. Located at an altitude higher than any in the UK, what present-day capital city has a name meaning cold water in a local Nilo-Saharan language? It developed from a colonial railway settlement established in the 1890s, became the capital of the British East Africa Protectorate in 1905, and lies approximately 136 kilometres south of the mountain after which the country is named.
Nottingham Tilsley.
Nairobi.
It is Nairobi. Well done, yeah. Your bonuses, Nottingham, are on the history of the science of heat. In his 1789 elementary treatise on chemistry, which French chemist argues that heat is a real and material fluid substance that acts on other bodies, which he terms caloric. He had earlier advanced this idea in papers attacking the theory of phlogiston.
I don't think I know this one.
No idea.
I do.
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, I'm struggling to think of. Okay, pass.
It was Antoine Lavoisier. In the 1840s, which Salford-born physicist carried out notable experiments into the relationship between heat and mechanical work, which helped disprove caloric theory and establish that heat is a form of energy. The SI unit of energy bears his name.
It's Joule or what? Would it be James or what?
Is it energy?
Energy, yeah.
Joule, isn't it Joule?
It's either Joule or I'm trying to think. So energy. Yeah. Joule.
It is Joule, yeah, James Prescott Joule. In the 1850s, which Belfast-born scientist worked closely with Joule on his heat experiments and co-discovered an effect that now bears both their names. His other contributions to the field include proposing an absolute scale of temperature.
No, it's Kelvin.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Kelvin?
Yes, Kelvin, William Thompson. Let's start the question now. The 2024 film Hard Truths saw actor Marianne Jean-Baptiste reunite with which director 28 years after the release of their previous collaboration, Secrets and Lies?
Leeds Trinity Coomson.
Mike Lee.
It is Mike Lee, well done. Your bonuses then, Leeds Trinity, are 3 bonuses on animals that are named after pigs. What African mammal with a long snout, which it uses to burrow for food, takes its name from the Afrikaans for earth pig?
Oh, that sounds good.
What was that?
Aardvark.
I think that, yes,
That makes more sense.
that would work.
That would work.
No, that works. Nominate Coomson.
Aardvark.
Correct. Taken from the Greek for female swine, the name of what carnivorous mammal is thought to have developed in reference to the hog-like bristly mane that runs down their back?
Porcupine.
Oh,
Yeah?
yeah. Nominators are.
Porcupine?
No, it's a hyena. With a name derived from the Old French for pigfish, what family of mammals forms part of the Cetacea order alongside dolphins and whales?
Oh, would it be a porpoise?
Yes.
Maybe?
Excellent.
Yes.
Porpoise?
Yes, well worked out. 5 points in it. Picture round now. For your picture starter, you'll see a photograph of an animal found in the UK. For 10 points, name the animal.
Leeds Trinity Layfield.
I'm afraid if you buzz, you must answer straight away. So, Nottingham, anyone want to have a go?
Nottingham Shackleton.
Pine Martin.
Nope, it's a stoat. We'll take your picture bonuses when we get the next starter right. Named Greensward, a plan by the landscape architects Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vaux was the winning entry in a competition of 1858 to design what public space? Its current features include the Harlem Mere, the Sheep Meadow and the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir.
Nottingham Tildesley.
Central Park.
It is Central Park in New York City, yes. Your picture starter a moment ago was a photograph of a stoat, which in the north of the UK is noted for its dramatic winter transformation from a brown to white coat. For your picture bonuses, Nottingham, you'll see 3 more animals found in the UK that have notable winter coats or plumages. For 5 points, name the animal. From here, you'll be seeing the winter variations of these animals. First, this bird.
Any bird watchers in the group?
It's pigeon-like, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a snow pigeon or anything like that. I don't know.
Pass.
It's the rock ptarmigan. Next.
Looks similar to the last one to
It's
me.
the same again.
Sparrow.
I can't imagine it
No,
is.
don't.
Shall we try that? Sparrow?
No, it's a snow bunting. Finally, this animal found in Scotland and the Peak District. I need a 2-word name here.
Something hare, isn't it?
hare,
It's
yeah.
something hare.
Snow something? Snow hare? Highland? Highland hare. Yeah. Try a Highland hare.
It's a mountain hare. Bad luck. 5 minutes to go. The mineral sphalerite is the primary ore of what metal? A group 12 element with atomic number 30. It is applied as a protective coating to iron in the process known as galvanization, and it is alloyed with copper to make brass. Anyone want to have a guess? No, I'll tell you. It's zinc. Another starter question. 2024 saw the 100th anniversary of which English football club's first of 3 consecutive and to date...
Nottingham Tildesley.
Huddersfield Town.
Correct, yes. 3 bonuses for you on a contemporary author. Both broadly focused on Indian-American society, the short story collections Unaccustomed Earth and the Pulitzer Prize-winning The Interpreter of Maladies are both works by which author?
Don't know. No, pass.
It's Jhumpa Lahiri. Lahiri's 2003 novel, The Namesake, features a child named after which author, born in modern Ukraine in 1809, whose short stories include The Nose, Nevsky Prospect and The Overcoat?
Anyone? No? Pass.
It's Nikolai Gogol. Jhumpa Lahiri's recent writings are predominantly in which European language, also used for a quartet of novels, beginning with the 2011 work, My Brilliant Friend?
French? Try that? Yeah. French?
No, it's Italian. Another starter question. In slightly varying shades, which 3 colours are the only ones that appear on all the following national flags? The Maldives, Burundi, Madagascar, Iran, Bulgaria, Hungary and Italy.
Leeds Trinity Coomson.
Red, white and green.
Correct, well done. Your bonuses lead Trinity to 3 questions on biological terms that contain a double letter O. Also called an egg cell, what term denotes the female gamete?
Nominate Coomson.
Ovum.
No, it's an oocyte. Called animalcules by the Dutch scientist Van Leeuwenhoek, what more modern term encompasses, among others, bacteria and viruses?
Would it be microbe?
Yeah, come on. Say it. Yeah.
Nominators are?
Microbe?
No, it's microorganisms. What field of study concerns the distribution, habits and classification of animals?
Oh, like...
Zoology.
Oh, yeah.
Zoology?
It is zoology, yes. Let's start the question. Quote, Brady and the Cooper Union speech made me President of the United States. These words are attributed to which man, referring to his photographic portrait by Matthew Brady at a meeting at the Cooper Union in New York in 1860?
Leeds Trinity Coomson.
Abraham Lincoln.
It is, of course, Lincoln, yes. Your bonuses are on Africa south of the equator. In each case, identify the country from the list of its geographical and cultural features. First, UNESCO World Heritage Sites, including the Matobo Hills, Victoria Falls, and the ruined city with which the country shares its name.
Victoria Falls is in...
South Africa, is it? No,
Not Botswana.
God, say it. Might as well just...
Come on.
Go for it.
Yeah, just go for it.
Botswana?
Yeah.
Botswana?
No, Zimbabwe. Second, the Okavango Delta, the Makadikati Salt Pan, and much of the Kalahari Desert.
Let's just say anything.
I know this.
Go, no. Go on, just say anything.
Go. No.
No?
Come on.
Botswana
It
again?
is Botswana. And finally, Lake Nyasa, the Zambezi Delta, and the eponymous channel between this country and Madagascar.
Oh,
Tanzania, is it?
yeah. Nominate Coomson.
Tanzania?
No, it's Mozambique. Another starter question. Who is the title character of the 1938 novel, sometimes published as Murder for Christmas or A Holiday for Murder, in which the person in question travels to Gorston Hall in order to investigate the death of millionaire Simeon Lee?
Nottingham Shackleton.
Poirot?
Yes, Hercule Poirot. Your bonuses are on words that begin with the letters T-R-I, but are etymologically unrelated to the number 3. In each case, give the word from the description. First, a ceremony in ancient Rome celebrating a victorious general after a significant battle or conflict.
Triumph.
Yeah.
Might be something more than triumph. Triumph.
Yeah.
Triumvirate, or is that Roman? Well, that sounds like a 3 thing, doesn't it?
Come on.
Triumph.
Triumph.
Yes, it is. Secondly, the scientific study of interacting surfaces, including friction and lubrication.
It's trilogy.
No,
No, can't be.
it's not related to 3.
No, don't know.
Pass.
It's tribology. Finally, a traditional English dessert that perhaps inspired the Italian dish zuppa inglese. In everyday speech, it means something of little significance.
Trifle.
Yes, it is trifle. Now let's start the question. Derived from an old French word meaning small spring, what word can follow anterior, posterior, sphenoid and mastoid to refer to the gaps present between non-fused bones in the skulls of newborns, more commonly known as soft spots?
Leeds Trinity Coomson.
Is it the fulcrum?
No? Anyone from Nottingham? You may not confer. Guess now? No? I'll tell you, it's the fontanelle. Now let's start the question. And at the goal, Leeds Trinity of 100 and Nottingham of 115. Leeds Trinity, the thing is, it was a fantastically tight game, but it was a low-scoring game because you guys, well, all of you just so enjoyed talking to each other during the bonuses. And I kind of admire how you treated it as a social experience as much as a
We just had a good old catch-up.
We had a really good time.
Yeah.
We didn't do too bad being the first team from Leeds Trinity.
Well, and you did Leeds Trinity proud. We had a fantastic time watching you. Thank you so much for playing and bringing your wonderful mascot. Nottingham, I mean, you did brilliantly. You just did brilliantly quite slowly. That was that was the trouble. And I'm afraid to tell you, I don't think 115 is going to be enough, so it means we're not going to see you again. But, I mean, when you answered, you generally got it right, so that's the most important thing. Have you enjoyed it? Was it a good time?
Yeah, of course.
We've loved having you. Well done and well played. I hope you could join us next time for another match in this Christmas series. But until then, it is goodbye from Leeds Trinity.
Bye.
It's goodbye from Nottingham.
Bye. Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.